Universal Studios, or Islands of Adventure? In this episode, we're taking the time to answer this question right after this. Hey guys, this is Chris and welcome to Bear Talks, where I get to share the places I go, the things I do, and the topics I love to talk about. In this episode, we're leaving Disney behind and we're heading over to Universal Orlando Resort. Which of their two theme parks is better? Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure? I want to compare these parks based on two things. First is theming. Which of the two parks is better and why? Second, we're going to talk about the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Diagon Alley in Universal Studios, and Hogsmeade over in Islands of Adventure. And we're going to talk about these two sections overall, the two main attractions, the theming in them, pretty much everything that's gone into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Now, you may be wondering why I'm not including the attractions that are in the rest of the theme parks. And the truth is that I'm a big baby and I don't do big thrill attractions. Because of this, I haven't been on big attractions like the Hulk, the Mummy, Rip Ride Rockit, or even something like Jurassic Park. I don't like heights, I don't like drops, I like the ground, so leave me alone. However, like I said, I am going to be talking about the two main attractions that are in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And in this week's Friday follow-up, I'm going to be sure to talk about some attractions that I really enjoy that are at these two parks. But for this video, I thought it was best for me to talk about what I know. And when it comes to the Universal Orlando Resort, what I know best is theming and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Up first is theming. What I love about the theming at Universal Studios is that it's all telling the same story throughout the entire park. The only exception to this really is Diagon Alley, but we're considering that separately. No matter where I stand in Universal Studios, I always feel like I'm on a studio backlot somewhere in Hollywood. And while each area of the park is a different set, it's all part of telling that story. Now, in Islands of Adventure, we have 7 themed lands, and this does not include Hogsmeade, which is part of the Wizarding World. These lands are Port of Entry, Seuss Landing, Marvel Superhero Island, Skull Island, Jurassic Park, the Lost Continent, and Toon Lagoon. While I understand that each area of the park represents a different adventure, there is a lot going on. And Islands of Adventure just tries to tell too many stories. This causes the overall park as well as each area to suffer in the end. But in Universal Studios, like I said, the cohesive theme throughout makes for a really great experience. Universal Studios is more quality over quantity, and in the end is the better themed park. Now let's get into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Diagon Alley versus Hogsmeade. But you know what? I'm taking out the suspense. Diagon Alley is over the top better than Hogsmeade. First, we have two main attractions. Diagon Alley in Universal Studios has Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. Hogsmeade in Islands of Adventure has Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Now, I only have one negative to talk about when it comes to Escape from Gringotts. This attraction is a lot of stop and start. Now, this is a roller coaster and you are on a track, but much like in Spider-Man, you're surrounded by screens and some 4D sets. Now, you move from one screen to the next, you stop, you watch, and you go. And then you move from that screen to the next, and then you stop and you watch and you go again. On the plus side, I love this queue. The queue is honestly amazing. And I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan, so a lot of the things that are in there don't mean a whole lot to me. But I truly appreciate the detail and the work that went into the queue. The story to this attraction is also on the plus side. I really enjoy that we have an attraction that includes a lot more characters from Harry Potter than just the main ones that everyone knows. In Hogsmeade, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey has a lot wrong for me. So much that I've only ever been on it once. The one plus that I can give to Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey is the queue. This queue is on point. Walking through Hogwarts Castle has a lot to offer even the average visitor. The details and having the characters as part of the queue actually makes this better than the attraction itself. In fact, the ride motion is so bad that I barely remember anything from the attraction the first and last time that I ever rode it. And so Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts is hands down the better attraction of the two. Now, secondly, theming in Diagon Alley is above and beyond what was done in Hogsmeade. The most interesting point of theming in Hogsmeade is walking up the pathway from the Hogwarts Express and turning the corner around that last building where it reveals Hogwarts Castle. This was done really, really well. But when I was with my brother Pat recently in Hogsmeade, this was his first visit, and Pat is a much bigger Harry Potter fan than I am, he noticed something that I never had before. The pathway and the entrance into Jurassic Park can actually be seen from inside Hogsmeade. This just totally breaks the illusion and the immersiveness of this area of the park. Now, Diagon Alley, on the other hand, is outstanding when it comes to theming. The break of reality in the transition from the regular park into Diagon Alley is one of a kind. And the detail that was put into this area gives me so much more as a visitor to explore. Now, there are times when I feel like Diagon Alley is smaller than Hogsmeade. It may not actually be that way, but I just feel like it is. However, because of all that detail, I can spend hours exploring and finding new things in Diagon Alley, whereas I really can't do that in Hogsmeade. Again, this was an easy decision. Diagon Alley is just much better than Hogsmeade, and I've always said that everything that was done wrong in Hogsmeade, they did right in Diagon Alley. So let's recap. In round one, we talked about theming. Universal Studios is better than Islands of Adventure because it has that cohesive feel to the entire park. In round two, we talked about the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Diagon Alley versus Hogsmeade. And this one wasn't even close. Diagon Alley is far better than Hogsmeade and really cements the decision between the two parks. So, Universal Studios versus Islands of Adventure? Universal Studios over. At the Universal Orlando Resort, this is the better of the two parks for a lot of reasons. But I really want to know what you think. So make sure you jump in that conversation down in the comments below and tell me which is your favorite park and why. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos just like this one, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, remember, there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.